I want to preface this by saying that I realize Sarah Palin is just a distraction, that there's probably no intent to actually put her in a position of power, and that she's just part of the puppet show. And, it keeps us all yelling, tastes great, less filling, tastes great, less filling, back and forth, red team versus blue team. And it's all bullshit, it's all distraction. But there are actually people out there who support her, actual real humans, regular Americans, that assert that she's competent enough to hold office. And, I just, of all the thousands of reasons why I don't think that anybody can even imply that she's anywhere near competent to run a daycare, never mind have her finger on the fucking red button, I found out something new, something that the liberal media has not told me at all. Go figure. So here goes. As many of you know, Sarah Palin's youngest son was born with Down syndrome. The actual medical term for Down syndrome is Trisomy G. Some in the medical community informally refer to newborns with Down syndrome as TriG babies. Trisomy G, TriG, TriG baby, TriG Palin. Let it sink in for a minute. Trisomy G is what Sarah Palin's son was diagnosed with long before he was born, as admitted by Palin herself in quite a few interviews. She apparently hid this information from everyone, including her own family, for as long as she could. Once he was born, there was no more hiding it because TriG babies have a very distinct cranial deformity. Palin's youngest daughter was the first in the family to figure it out. While in the recovery room, she was quoted as saying she looked at TriG and said, "He looks like he has Down syndrome." Now, this is just my subjective opinion here, but I don't think it was very honest or upfront to keep this from the very family that would have to spend years and incredible effort to take care of a special needs child. I mean, she could have told them early and they could have mentally prepared for it, but I guess she had more important reasons to keep it secret from the entire world as long as she could. Perhaps she thought she could pray it away. I mean, I know she's into this faith healing, laying hands, speaking in tongues, kooky shit, so maybe she thought she could pray it away. But I digress. I mean, the fact here is undeniable. The kid has Trisomy G, which is referred to as TriG, and his name is TriG. Please, spare me the bullshit about TriG's Norse meaning. I mean, to assert that she didn't name this baby after the disease is to assert that not only is it a mathematical impossibility, of all the hundreds of thousands and millions of fucking names out there, which TriG is not on the list of all the 4-letter random words she could have picked, she just happened to pick the word that was all over the medical records she had. The stack of medical records she had long before he was born, from the diagnosis, from the second opinions, from the third opinions, all this paperwork with TriG written all over it, with Trisomy G written all over it. You're trying to tell me that she's that flaky that she didn't make the connection when she picked the name TriG. Some conservative douchebag tried to argue with me about this, and he tried to nitpick, and then he tried to claim the kid's name was spelled with 2 G's, and it's spelled different than the disease. And no, it's spelled with 1 G. The Norse word is not spelled the same way. There's like a Y in it or something. So you're going to assert that she's that flaky. No. What I think probably happened was that she was talking to a nurse, and the nurse told her, "Yeah, we affectionately call them TriG babies." And Palin went, "TriG baby? That's really cute. I'm going to name him TriG baby." Completely oblivious to how fucked up that is. Completely oblivious to how fucked up that is. So I tried to say to this conservative douchebag, this would be like naming an AIDS baby AIDS. And he'd like nitpick me. "No, it isn't, blah, blah, blah." Okay, I said, okay, fine. You want to nitpick about the semantics of it. You're right. My example is apples and oranges. Let's be more accurate. It's like taking a baby that's born with Huntington's disease. Go Google it if you don't know what it is. Huntington's disease, taking the first 3 letters from Huntington's, just like you take the first 3 letters from trisomy, and then you take the letter D from disease, just like you took G, and you call the baby Hund. Except the difference here is that Hund isn't already an established nickname for Huntington's disease. I can't find a comparison of how absurd this fucking is. I mean, the woman named her fucking kid after his mental retardation. She might as well have named the kid Down syndrome. She might as well have named the kid fucking retard. And the fact is that she's come up with this Norse meaning bullshit as a PR move. I mean, come on. Come on. She hasn't even acknowledged, yeah, it's awfully coincidental that I named him his disease. No. In her bio, right up front when she starts talking about her kids, she put that out there, right, just to squash just to get ahead of the game, just to be like, no, before you guys say anything, he's named after... I'll tell you what, if you're going to assert that she named that kid after anything besides that disease, I'm going to tell you you're either full of shit or you're fucking retarded.